Hi guys, welcome back to Ultimate Gardening. I'm Emmanuel, so the creator and owner of the Ultimate Gardening business. So today in this exciting spotting video, I'll show you guys the best vegetable in my garden for the year 2020 and tutorial on how to grow them. So let's go ahead and jump right in this video. So guys, the best vegetable to plant in my garden for the year 2020 is the Royal Burgundy Bush Bean. So this plant or vegetable produces the most gorgeous beans I have ever seen and the longest ones too. So I'll be popping up a photo on the screen for you guys on how they look when they are full maturity. So I'll be giving you guys a full tutorial on how to plant this and what is expected to come off of these plants. So the first garden tip is you have to have a staking system ready to go for when you plant these, because these plants like to grow on a staking system. Some of them don't, but these purple ones do like to grow on a staking system. And be prepared, because these will grow so fast, faster than you have ever thought, and they'll be producing beans faster than you thought. Number 2, or garden tip number 2, is fertilizing. Fertilizing is a huge requirement when planting vegetables or planting this type of bean. So I use a fertilizer called Gardzen from Espoma. It does a great work, and if you want a big vegetable and a huge harvest, you would like to fertilize them once a month, but once they're in their prime season, fertilize them 2 times a month, for they could give you that real big harvest and those big vegetables for you guys to harvest and eat and do your own cooked meals with that. So that's a huge thing. So I usually get a handful of fertilizer, put them around the root area or the root system, and then ruffle up the fertilizer into the soil for the nutrients, and the fertilizer could be more straight into the soil and the roots, and it could be provided towards them more easier instead of just putting it on there and letting the water bringing it down. So that's on fertilizing. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to guys, garden tip number 3 is watering. Watering is also a huge requirement for vegetables. You don't want to water these bush beans too little or too much, because if you water them too much, they could create either whitefly or stuff like that, because whitefly is a huge thing to this, and also another thing called powdery mildew, which could also do great damage to your plants, and you do not want that. So water them medium, which means normally, and don't also water them a little bit, because if you water them way too or if you don't provide them with enough water, they can dry out and not produce at all for you guys. So try to give them a good amount of water. Water them at least 4 days. So you water them, wait 4 days, and then water them again. That's how vulnerable these are. So let's go ahead and move on to step number 4, or garden tip number 4, is you have to know when to plant these. Bush beans and any type of bean like to be grown in the winter and fall season months, because they produce really good bait. But here in Florida, we usually plant them during November all the way to February, because in our heat they do not do the best. They don't do well. So in planting bush beans and regular beans, pinto beans, and all that types of beans usually are grown in the winter and fall season months. So yeah, that's step number 4. So step number 4 is research on your climate based where you are. But here in Florida, we usually plant them all the way from November to February. So that's a good tip for all people who live in Florida. So let's go ahead and move on to the 5th and final. So guys, the last and final step is when to know to harvest. So usually these types of beans get to a certain length, but if you don't know the maturity days or stuff like that, you could actually feel the beans. If the pod of the beans feel soft and tender, they are not ready. But once they're at a good length and you feel them and they are hard and firm, that means that they're usually ready to harvest. And also in the seed packets, you'll be able to say the maturity days, and within those days coming by, you'll know if they're ready to harvest. But that's a good tip, to feel the pod. If they are too we'll say weak and soft, they are not ready. But once they're at a good length and they're hard and firm, you know they're ready for harvest. But of course, we will be doing a harvest video of these, so please stay tuned with us for that. So let's go ahead and wrap up this tutorial. So guys, that's it for this exciting spotting video. Hopefully you found this video helpful for you guys on planting bush beans. I'll be leaving a link towards where you could find these bush beans, these particular bush beans down below for you guys to check out. So they're a great vegetable. Highly recommend you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to support my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get notified when a new exciting spotting video comes out just like this one, make sure to hit that bell notification button so you get notified when a new exciting spotting video comes out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Grow big, ultimate gardeners. Bye guys.